Hi, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. This is a TMI Mommy Tag, um, created by Kristen Hall. I'll put her link in, and the playlist will be below. There's a load of other YouTubers doing this, and yeah, it's about motherhood and our experiences. Okay, so I'm recording on my laptop, so I don't know if the volume's going to be good or not. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll all be good. So we've got a total of 50 questions. Some of them will be really short and some of them will take a little bit longer, but I can imagine it'll be quite a long video, so sorry if I bore you every now and again. Hopefully not. Okay, so number one. How many kids do you have? I've got two. I've got James and Faith, and I've got one on the way. How old are they right now? James is 10, Faith is 8, and not born. Were they planned or unplanned? James was not planned. We were a bit young. I was 17 when I got pregnant with James. Faith was more planned. And this one was definitely planned. How old were you when you got pregnant with your kids? James, I was 17. Faith, I was 20 and 28. Have you ever struggled with infertility? Not infertility, no, not really. Got pregnant quite quickly with James and Faith. Took a bit longer with this one. It took a couple of years. I was on the depot injection, so after that it just took... I think it just messed up my body a little bit, so... But I'm pregnant now, so all good. Tell me where and how you found out you were pregnant with each of your kids. James, I was living in my sister's flat and I was there with my partner at the time. No, partner at the time. Mike? He's still my partner. Oops, sorry, Mike. Can't believe I just said that. Faith, I was at home. James, Mike was at college. God, I can't get my words out. And this one, I was at home. What was your husband partner's reaction? Well, James, he was there with me at the time. I'm sitting on the end of the bed, and it was shock. Out of most, we were 17 at the time. I think that's the only thing you feel at 17 when a pregnancy line comes up and you're pregnant, and it's like, oh. Faith, Mike was at college. I rang him at college on his dinner break. Like, congratulations, Daddy. And this one I found out, I actually filmed him, but I don't know where the film is. I'm going to have to search it out. I'd hid my pregnancy test in a drawer. I was messing around with my camera. I was like, oh, Mike, can you get the leads out with the camera? I was just pretending I was looking at them, something on my camera. And I was like, oh, it's just in the top drawer, can you get it? It was just there, and he was like, are you being serious? Because we've been trying for about 2 years, so no, that was good. What were your first thoughts and feelings at upcoming motherhood? With James, I was scared. We weren't in a position. We were at college. No, we weren't in college. We were just about to. I can't remember. It was so long ago. It was 10 years ago. 10 years. Well, 11 years. I can't remember. How did you tell your family? What were their reactions? My dad, with James, I told my dad outside of a pizza shop in a car park. And everyone else on the phone. So I wasn't actually face to face with anyone. I was scared. 17, I was scared. Faith, I can't really remember with Faith how people took it. I can't remember. But this one, I told my mum first before I even told Mike. She was in the hospital at the time. And I needed to give her something to stay around for 9 months. Yeah, it didn't work, unfortunately. But yeah, she was in tears. It was so happy. It was like a really happy moment. Did you have an easy or hard pregnancy? James and Faith were really easy, plain sailing, nothing wrong at all. This one, I seem to have got everything. I have heartburn, indigestion. I've had swollen legs and feet. My hands and feet feel bruised all the time. I've got pitting edema on my legs and feet. I just seem to have everything. Weirdest craving you've ever had? Never really a weird one. I've had, with James, it was milk and Chewits. With Faith, nothing really. With this one, it was salad in the beginning. And now it's fizzy drinks and pick and mix and apple juice. So it's getting more and more. What was the hardest part about being pregnant? I don't know. The emotions. Come on. Yes. How weird do we get? Could be laughing and giggling in 1 minute and then like angry or in tears in a corner like, go away from me. Oh, yeah, emotions have got to be the hardest. Because you've got no control. Did you take any maternity or belly pictures? No. I've never really liked my body. I've always been kind of overweight. And with James, I was normal weight with James, and then I gained a lot. And now my thyroid, I've got underactive thyroid, so I've got that problem to deal with along with pregnancy weight gain. Did you do a nursery? What was the theme? I did like a brown and cream Winnie the Pooh teddy bear theme thing in for James. But then with Faith, she had to, I'm only in a 2-bedroom house, so I can only share. I wanted to be out of a house into another house by the time this one was born, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We're trying our hardest, but even so, it'll be sharing with James or Faith, depending on the sex. We'll find out on Sunday at the baby shop. I already know. How did you come up with with your children's names? James was the middle name of his dad's name. It's gone down quite. I don't know how many generations it's gone. I can think of 4. James is James Lee. Michael's Michael James. Mike's dad is Joseph Michael, so Michael got. And then his dad was something Joseph, and Joseph came down to what his dad gets called Michael, so it doesn't make any difference. So hopefully James will carry that on. Faith, we've just always liked it. It's just one of those names that we've stuck with for forever. And this one, I'm not telling you what the name is, so, but it's just something that we've always liked. It's just one of them names that you just like and it sticks with you. There's no like story behind them. What was the best part about being pregnant? Definitely the movement. They are just so brilliant, and especially towards the end. Like at the minute I've got little flutters and it's like, oh, that was a kick. Oh, that was a kick. That was wind. Funny things. Did you have a baby shower? Tell me about it. James and Faith in the UK, the baby showers weren't a thing, so no. This one I'm having a baby shower, but it's not till Sunday, so I don't know. Did you ever feel prepared or ready to have your baby? No. James, I was 17. I don't think anyone's ever prepared at 17. Faith, it's quite quick in between James and Faith. There's not a big gap. But I didn't want them to be a massive gap between the kids. And I know there is now. There's like there'll be a 9-year age difference between them. But yeah, at that time I didn't want a big gap. And I still don't feel ready. I don't know, it's just strange. Any funny pregnancy stories? Not really. Not really. What kind of birth did you have, natural or C-section? I had C-section with both of them, both emergency cesareans. I went through a natural, I went through labour, but ended up having cesareans. Where were you when you went into labour? James, I was induced, so I was induced on Tuesday, I had him on Thursday by emergency cesarean. And then Faith, I was at home at 10 o'clock at night and I said, "Happy birthday, Mike, I've just gone into labour." About ready to go to bed. It was quite funny when you look back on it. Did you have any pain relief during labour? Yes, I had gas and air, epidural with both of them. And with Faith, I was just completely out of it, and I was like, just give me anything you got. I need it. That was before I had the epidural. How long were you in labour? James, I got induced on Tuesday, but I didn't actually start labour until early Wednesday morning, I don't think. And then had him on the Thursday by emergency cesarean. Faith, I went into labour 10 o'clock on the Saturday night and had her by emergency cesarean about 5:30, I think, at night on the Sunday. I think. About then. How did your husband or partner handle the delivery room? He's an absolute star. I couldn't have asked for a better partner, honestly. He's like 1 in a million. Were there any complications during your labour or C-section? Yes. I was in distress with James, and James was in distress. And that's why we went to the C-section. They put more anaesthetic in me, and I remember taking my last breath with James in the theatre. I remember gasping. I remember it was absolutely horrendous. Mike got ushered out of the theatre. Yeah, don't want to go through that ever again. Faith, they'd put the epidural. It goes into your spine, and it leaked spinal fluid. So I literally could not raise my head off a pillow. I was literally crawling to the toilet in the ward. I was on my hands and I just could not lift. I had to go for a spinal tap after it. It was horrendous. I've never been in so much pain in my life. Even compared to labour pains. That was by far the worst. Describe seeing your baby for the first time in 3 words. James, I was out of it when I first saw him. I see pictures of it now, but I cannot remember any of it. My mum got let into my room because she lives down south, and she managed to blag her way in when Mike got ushered out. But yeah, she managed to do that. I've completely gone off topic there. Describe seeing your baby for the first time in 3 words, but over the moon. Yeah, because they weren't messy, they weren't chubby, the heads weren't. They were just perfect, squishy noses. Baby stats: weight, length, time, and date of birth. James was £8, 8.5. I am never ever allowed to forget that half. Length, he was 52 centimetres, I think. Time was 11:22 p.m. Date of birth was the 13th of April 2016. Thursday, the day before Good Friday. Faith's weight was £8.2. Length, I haven't a clue. Don't know. Time, I think it was about 5:30, 20 to 6. At night, on the 27th of January 2008. How long were you in hospital? I was in hospital for quite a bit because I had Group B strep, and with cesareans you're just in a bit longer anyway. Did anyone visit you in hospital? Majority of the family. I didn't have friends then. No friends. Was the first day home with your newborn harder or easier than expected? A little bit easier because I had loads of support. I just had people travelling up from everywhere, and they just, yeah, it was brilliant. What was recovery like for you? Long and hard. Cesareans are an absolute pain. I don't know why people elect them. Don't know. Did you ever experience postnatal depression? Yes, I did a little bit with James. I was in a new town on my own. I had Mike's family, but they were all at work during the day. I didn't have any family of my own. I tried to go to like mummy and baby toddler groups, but they were just so much older than I was, and I just felt I didn't feel. I just felt out of place completely, and there was loads of stories going around on the news, on the main news. The kids were getting pinched out with the pushchairs while the mum was talking to a friend, and I just couldn't walk down the street to the shops. I just couldn't cope. It was a nasty experience, but I got over it quite quickly, which is good. Did you breastfeed or bottle feed? I breastfed what I could, but then they kept on losing weight and not putting on weight because I wasn't producing enough, even though they're massive, they're huge. Yeah, they ended up getting bottle fed. It was quite nice anyways because Mike could get in and wake up during the night. What advice would you give a new mom for dealing with recovery after birth? Walk before you can run and take your time. I think this is going to be the time where you have the most help than you ever will get. If you've got someone like coming to your house and going, "Oh, do you want me to tidy up for you?" Say yes. Don't be embarrassed about it. They're there to help, and you're there to get pampered. Just sit down, relax, and just watch the show. What's the one baby item you can't live without? And don't do the obvious like crib or nappies. Well, 8 and 10 years ago, there weren't as many gadgets as there are now. There's loads of them. I go out and see there's like, you can get little bottle warmers. Like what? Why? You can do it in a pan oh God. But I think the with Faith, the screen monitors, the baby monitors with the screening started to come out. It weren't just the walkie-talkie with when it was with James, but there's ones with the screen. I think they help loads because you can see if they're actually moving or they're actually getting up. You don't have to run upstairs thinking, oh, I heard a movement, they're awake now. Yeah. I might find a new gadget for this one. Did the number of kids you want change after having your first? How many do you want now, or are you done? I might be done. I might not have any choice. Or if I have another cesarean, it'll be my last anyway. Never know. If I have a natural birth, there might be another one on the way. I don't know. I'd have to have another house by then. I'd need to move. What's the most rewarding part about being a mum? The I love yous, the big massive cuddles that you get, even though James is 10 at the minute. He's been so sweet. I think it's because I'm pregnant as well. But he's got into this mode of, Mummy, come here. As if I'm in trouble. So I'll go over and go, give me a hug. He's the most sweetest thing. And when they're hurting or when they're falling over or whatever, they just want mummy hugs. God, I love them. Do you think your kids look more like you or your dad? Or dad? Not my dad. James looks like me. Faith looked like Mike, but is starting to look like me. There's certain features of each of them that they've both got. Like Faith's got my hair, unfortunately. It's a thick mess. But she's got Mike's eyes. I've got brown eyes. Faith has blue eyes, like her dad. But she has his nails. I've got quite long bedded nails. Mike has really short. But James has my nails, but looks like me. Do you miss anything from your life before kids? In all honesty, I cannot remember what it was like before kids. Let's play pretend. The house is clean, the kids are asleep for the night, you have 1 hour to yourself. What do you do? I might have a bath, probably, to myself, with candles and nice soft music. I used to do that quite a bit, actually. I did that when I was pregnant with James. Then no kids could come and knock the candles over. Tell a funny guess what your kid did story. There's not many really. Apart from went to Brimham Rocks one day, which is this like massive outdoor area with a lot of natural rocks, and you go climbing. And I went onto this rock opposite this one that they were on, like a flat-faced rock with little edges coming off. And I was on this other one over the other side, a big round flat one. And I was like, oh, look at me, I'm going to take a picture. Well, Faith, they've got no fear in them. Faith just turns around. Full on, like, I just wanted her to turn her neck and just like, bye. But no, she just like, it's not funny, it gave me a heart attack. But, yeah, that's the only story I can think of. What is the one thing you never had that you want for your kids? To go on holiday with the family abroad. I want to take the kids to Disneyland, Florida. I've been trying to save for about 10 years. but something always comes up. Like now, I've got every bit of furniture to buy if we move, and it's just planning. It's just planning. You don't plan things. What do you struggle with most about motherhood? Exhaustion. I've got an underactive thyroid, which doesn't help, and I'm exhausted a lot of the time. I think that's. I want to be happy-go-lucky mum, but I'm just so tired half the time. Yeah, I think that's. Yeah. What's the worst children's TV show? Majority of them. Get on me wick. Peppa Pig. Ugh. You name them, they annoy me. Little Einstein, I don't know if Little Einsteins are still around, but Little Einsteins was good. But anyway, this was the worst. This one's going to be watching like Mastermind and Countdown. Yeah. How has motherhood changed you as a person? I don't know. I've always been a mum since 17, so I don't think I've changed. I've not changed in a lot. No. Biggest pet peeve about being a parent? The whinging. Oh my god, the whinging. At the minute, James just has to look at Faith and she's crying. He's looking at me. Oh. Or they come and ask mum for something. Say no. Oh, well, I'm going to go and ask daddy. Well, you know. Don't think so. Biggest worry about your kid's future? Obvious career. There's not much out there. I'm going to have to get them to do something like Faith wants to become an Olympic. Be in the Olympics. She wants to be a gymnast, obviously, but she hasn't. Obviously, she's 8. She hasn't thought about anything else. James wants to be a paleontologist. I don't think there'll be any paleontology to do by the time he's old enough. And he never wants to go outside, so I don't know why. Weird. And also safety. There's a lot of strange people out there lately. Really strange. Ugh. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. If you never had kids, where do you think you'd be right now? Probably in a gutter somewhere. Mike did save me. I was in bad groups of friends when I was living where I grew up. But now, yeah. How would you describe your parenting style? Mixture. I'm strict when I'm not exhausted. I think when I'm exhausted, parenting just goes out the window. But I'm strict. I cuddle, I kiss, I hug. I cuddle and hug. I tell off when it needs to be. Doing that a lot lately with Faith. Gosh, she is having attitude problems. I don't know why. I think she's tired most of the time, but she just won't. I tell her to go for a nap, but she won't. She's 8. I don't think she needs a nap, really. But she's just always on the go. And I think that was the last one. Yeah. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a look at the links below. I'll put Kristen's link in and the playlist link in. Go and check out as many other people you can. Everyone's worked so hard on them. It'll be interesting to see the differences between everyone. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Sorry it's such a long video. It was 50 questions. I did say it could be quite a while, but yeah. Give this a thumbs up, comment down below whatever you think. If you have anything similar to my parenting styles, if you want to give me any tips on how to not be exhausted, Put them down below too. Right, I will see you later. On to 30 minutes now, so sorry. So bye.